Today we're going to talk about mixing colors. We're going to mix the we're going to use 3 primary colors in order to mix 3 secondary colors. I'm going to draw 3 boxes on my paper. It's that simple. I'm going to wet my paint. I've already wet my paint. I'm going to use quinacridone pink, phthalo blue, and Hansa yellow. So those are my 3 primary colors that I'm going to use to mix my 3 secondary colors. I'm also going to go ahead and put water in the tray beside the colors so that I can pull some pigment in there. So I'm going to start with yellow. Hansa yellow. I'm using Hansa yellow. I'm just going to wet my brush. Remember, you want your brush to be in a point. There we go. It's a little goopy. Remember to scrape it on the edge. And I'm going to start painting my paper. So I painted my square. Remember, do not smash. That's yuck. We don't want that. We don't want our bristles to splay. We don't want to smash our bristles down. You see, I've given it a bad hair day. So I want to make sure that it's a nice shape. Remember to roll it around your paper towel. It's a nice point. And see that my paint is still wet when I wash my brush and I grab some phthalo blue. So some phthalo blue on there. And I'm going to paint over the Hansa yellow with the phthalo blue. And what is happening? I am making green. Right? We've already done this once. We've practiced mixing our colors to see what we could get. So there we go. There's green, and I spread it around in my box. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go, remember that we're using only primary colors. I'm using the quinacridone pink as my primary red. Instead of red, I'm using the pink. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the pink, just a touch. And I'm going to add it up here to the green. Now, red is green's complementary color if you have a color wheel. It's the color that's across on the wheel. The colors that are across from each other on the color wheel are complementary colors. So, what happens is that it turns what? It turns brown. It starts to turn brown. Next, we're going to move over to the pink. Use pink. Go ahead and paint my square pink. And then I'm going to grab some blue, phthalo blue, mix it together, and what happens? It becomes purple, right? So what is purple's complementary color? Purple's complementary color is yellow. It's the color that's across from it on the color wheel, directly across from it. So if I just add a little bit of yellow up there at the top, what do I get? I get brown. Now, this is why when you go to a home improvement store and you're looking for paint colors, there's whole sections of browns. There's tons of browns. It's because each of the complementary colors make different browns. There are browns that have more yellow. There are browns that have more orange, browns that have more blue. That is why there's so many. So next we're going to make orange. So again, I'm going to grab some pink. I'm going to paint my square. Pink. You need to make sure your paint is wet. If it dries before you mix the other color in, it's not going to mix. So you don't want it sopping wet. You just want it a little somewhat wet. So if I mix pink and yellow together, I get a nice orange. Back and forth. It's a little too red for my taste to be called orange. So I'm going to add a little bit more yellow because I want it to be orange, not red orange. That gets into tertiary colors. We're just getting into secondary colors. So there we go. It's orange. So orange's complement across from it on the color wheel is blue. I'm going to add a little bit of blue up here. And we get a different kind of brown. Different kind of brown. So if you are making colors and you're getting frustrated because your colors, when you're mixing colors, you're making pictures and you're getting frustrated because they're turning brown, you need to remember that you might be adding its complementary color. So purple and orange have all the colors in them. They're going to turn kind of grayish. If you mix them all together, the theory is that the colors all together make black. It doesn't normally happen perfectly with paint pigments because of the chemical structure, and that gets into chemistry and to science, color theory. But if you mix the complement if you mix two complements, you get brown. They look really great next to each other, which is why red and green are great colors to celebrate Christmas. They look great next to each other. They're complementary. If you think of different sports teams or the way people decorate their houses, they usually have complementary colors together because that's exactly what they do. They complement. But when you mix them, physically mix the pigments together, then you get different colors of brown. Okay?